Hi, I put a little makeup on real quick. Put my yoga pants back on. Okay, so here's the thing, what we're thinking. Why don't you start? Noelle Rose Anderson -Kale. You know, that's my stage name. Noelle Rose, trademark. I own them, obviously.
Oh, you want me to open?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's both get in the video, though.
Alright, so...
Here, just get rid of this damn thing.
Yeah, this is good enough. Okay, so to start, this is...
Are you okay with this?
Yeah, I'm not going to be here for very long anyway. So this is about what we're perceiving to be probably some form of a trial that's being done illegally without us having proper representation.
Or notification.
Yeah, or contact about it even. So, from what I'm gathering, it seems to be about a trial about us, or more specifically, my mom, Noelle. And it seems that we have good guys trying to help us and bad guys trying to cause us a problem. Now, how well this is actually going, it's probably more accurate to say it's just going confusingly. It wouldn't even be fair to say that anyone's in the lead in terms of winning this court case.
Oh, no, I think we are. We've gotten game changer things and stuff, hint drops.
So. Oh, that's right. So, then we'd have to discuss what are those game changer things and what exactly is happening.
Well, let's define what we think is happening first, based on the information that was given to us.
Okay, information we got. Let's start with the SNL episode. It referenced us specifically about certain things with the hint drops. It referenced your mom and how she died and that whole thing with the doctor skit.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know where my mom's body is.
Yeah.
And I don't trust that the ashes are hers.
Yeah.
I never saw that happen.
It represents what happens. An injured person comes in, they drop dead real quick, and this is a caricature of it. The doctor literally supposedly comes out with the ashes and said, person's dead, here you go. And it's pushed through the system very quickly. That's what it's representing.
And that's exactly what happened with my mom, too. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck happened? And all of a sudden she gets cancer. She had a clean CT scan. My aunt testified to it.
Yeah. And more specifically, this references what's happening these days, because they were not allowed to see the mom in that skit.
Yeah, because, COVID. Well, if the doctors can wear all their damn fucking PPE. What is it, E?
PPE, I think.
Right? And it's safe for them, and they're still alive, and very few even got any problems, then why couldn't the loved ones do that? Wouldn't loved ones suit up like they did just to see their loved ones? I call horse shit out with that bullshit. We've been tweeting about that since last year. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. What is this? You know? It's not the fucking plague, obviously, because if it was the plague, our animals would have died too. Something is very wrong here. It's chemical. Apparently a chemical dust. Not my words, but it is my words now. So, come on, let's talk about this stupid lame-ass trial.
Okay, so referencing Star Trek, the very first episode of Next Gen, that episode was about Q. The very first episode, he was introduced into the story. I don't remember the actor's name, but...
John Delancey.
John Delancey. He's been a recurring character for also Deep Space Nine and Voyager. I don't know about after that because I never watched those.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But he's been recurring because the Q thing is always constant.
Yeah, as the Q continuum, and they cause mischief, and they always put humanity on trial. And
but what he did in the first episode is that he put Picard on trial. And about what? Basically a bullshit thing that he was not supposed to be tried for. If I remember correctly, it was about would Picard choose a civilization over the creature that was about to destroy that civilization, or vice versa. And I believe he solved the problem by saving both, or something like that. And that's supposedly what got him off, because he was being tried as the whole of humanity or something, which you can't really try an entire race of people based on one person.
No.
Or vice versa. Really.
No, you can't. So here's the thing. We're like, what is this bullshit that we're getting? We have some documentation and some like hint drops and some, I mean, it's just all bullshit.
Yeah.
And if there's something against me, which we look at my criminal printout record, which I have no criminal printout record. Basically, it's a live scan. And we get them done because if you teach, if you work in an environment that requires something like that, and we dance and we perform, so we get these live scans done. I have no criminal record. He has no criminal record whatsoever. We get it done regularly. So, you know, they can't pull that shit. And so I'm like, okay, so then what is actually going on? And apparently there is a group of men that have had false, but they think legitimate claim to my intellectual property since I was young. And they basically have stolen many things from me, not only using photos of my likeness to model for cartoon characters, other characters in narrative films or documentaries, commercials, my making up slogans in my room, even using all this other stuff. And people have been saying, well, it's Seuss surveillance and the angle in which it's coming from and how it's been happening. And then we have an appliance that basically says Seuss surveillance, and I'm like, well, I know enough French to know that this is completely out of context, so I'm like, what the fuck is this? So it was always in the back of my mind. And then all this stuff about Dr. Seuss and banning Dr. Seuss and all this shit, and I'm like, Seuss. And then other hint drops in completely separate events about surveillance. Seuss surveillance. I'm like, oh my god. And then we found wires and shit in our apartment. I'm like, oh, that's how they heard our private conversations. And so we already put up on display all of these things publicly. My husband said, and he works in law, he says, just put them up side by side so if everyone can see that. And a lot of people saw that, and it was like, And there's more than I realized that has been stolen from me, because we don't have time, especially now, we really don't have time because we're just fighting to survive. We have been watching some things that we caught, but we don't have time to watch anything because we're usually busy doing our own shit. So there you go. I worked for Aaron Spelling. Yes, my husband will testify to that. We have all of my receipts, you know, check stubs, we have pictures, we have whatever you need to legitimately verify that I worked for Aaron Spelling. So Aaron Spelling, Doug Kramer, they were both co-executive producers. I was located in Doug Kramer's office, but I worked for both of them because Aaron Spelling was like God. And if he calls up, says, I need something, well, you stop working for Douglas Kramer and you just do whatever the hell he says. He loved me to pieces. Nothing weird. He just really respected me because I called shit out for what it was. And he told me that he would always have somebody protecting me. He said, protect my work, myself, all of this. He fucking knew what was going on, that I was being stolen from. Pretty sure. He joked and said, oh, gee, I should make a reality TV show about you. And I thought, okay, I'm talented, because he said I was talented and all that stuff, and it'd be fun to watch and stuff. And I think that was just a hint drop of this Seuss surveillance bullshit, okay? Look. I already proved that I worked for Aaron Spelling. It's not hard to figure this out. Nothing I'm saying is untrue. So, now we're trying to put all these other pieces together and we're like, oh, is there some kind of weird-ass trial going on just based on, you know, all these things that we've seen in the media or our film and TV shows to say, I wonder if that is something. You know, something similar that's happening. Because this is not the first time that people found something out that the government was pulling behind the scenes, okay? So what if we've been, especially me, kind of like on trial, and for what? I don't do anything. I dance. I help people. I get pissed off and I swear at people who are hurting us like they've been lately. Okay, so we put it up online. I'm not ashamed of any of it. It's not even illegal. You know? So it's all bullshit, in other words. But if you guys were trying, the good guys, right, whoever you are at this point, were trying to not stress me out and trying to take care of everything behind the scenes so I wouldn't have to worry my pretty little head off or some shit like that, guess what? You made matters fucking 10 times, a million times goddamn fucking worse. I don't have a problem going to court and toasting these motherfuckers doing this to me, if that's what's happening. Obviously. And really, are you guys using what we're saying in the videos and our tweets as my fucking goddamn motherfucking defense? That's not legal. I mean, at least I have some kind of representation, but that's not legitimate. I have to be there. And it's time. I need to go there. I need to put this straight. And if that's happening, I could put all you people in prison for this, because that's not due process. Due process is I have to have proper notification. The crimes that I supposedly commit, which aren't anything, I need to be able to represent myself or get representation that I choose, not you. You can't just hint drop to me that you need certain things from me, right? And then you decide that's my defense. I'm a lot more creative and a lot more astute if I know exactly what the problems are. I'm just guessing, okay? We're just guessing, and that is not legal to do. I think we caught a lot of people doing a lot of bad fucking things to us, and it needs to stop. What do you think?
I totally agree.
And there seems to be a lot of people that are using analogy and hint drops and alliteration to let us know what the hell is going on. I didn't come up with the name Q. I knew there was a group of men, because they don't really like women. They use women as their queen bees, you know, to control women and other little weird shit. And I have nothing but contempt and horror stories about these men, and I don't want to have anything to do with them. Okay? Look at my other videos. You know what they do? They vet people. They wanted me to be a part of their group, so they don't come up to you and say, hey, we want you to be a whore for us and be one of the stallions in our stable so we can use you to vet other men. Because you know what? I'm married, right? And so they would say, oh, but you got in bed with this person, so you better not tell on us, or we're going to make it known that you cheated on your husband. How dare you, you little hussy slut. So I have not been with anybody else except my husband. I've only been with 3 men in my whole fucking life, sexual intercourse wise. One of them is dead. I don't know why. Very weird. My husband can testify that I'm a girl. What, do you want a naked picture of me? I showed you everything in my underwear and bathing suit. I don't know what else to do. I have no down here bulge. I have no desire to be a man. Somebody trying to impersonate me as if I had a sex change or became trans man, trans boy or something. I have no desire to do that. Doesn't mean that I don't approve of somebody else who willingly wants to do that, but if somebody's being forced to do it, or if somebody's doing like the example I just gave, that's wrong and that's a crime. Coercion, right? That guys, that's so wrong. And I want to know if there is a mock trial or something going on behind the scenes where you guys are trying to, what, clear my name? Of what, exactly? Of this Q group using my name and sending out pictures and causing problems? The only communication we have sent out is to officials is this dissertation. I didn't send an autograph. I didn't even fucking sign a goddamn one of them. Why? Because I don't trust anybody. We don't send headshots out. We haven't sent that headshot out of me in God knows how many years. And it was done professionally and efficiently, and we documented it. We sent it out officially with certified mail. I mean, no, just no. We video record especially these dissertations, us putting it into the FedEx envelope, or if we mailed it USPS. So no one's gonna pull shit with us on that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Why are you guys showing so much hatred towards us? Why?
Anyway, want me to continue with things?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just really upset.
Okay, so a part of also what we've been seeing with, let's say, the SNL skits was the Mario parody, which showed basically most of the characters, Mario and his kind of mirror double Wario, which anyone who's not familiar, you should all know who Mario is. He's the red and blue plumber guy with the mustache. Wario is a caricature and kind of seen as the opposite because it literally flips the M in the name of Mario, so then you'd pronounce it Wario.
Yeah, so it's not an exact mirror replica. So there's nobody going around, I don't think, dressed and looking like me. But there seems to be somebody who's actually impostoring me, and a group of people are delving out the different responsibilities that would require. Like somebody does phone call conversations and says that they represent me. Somebody else does the letter writing. Somebody else does, et cetera, et cetera. So a group of people, probably these Q people. I didn't come up with that name. That's what we were told, that they're Q. That's their... I don't know who gave him that name. It's stupid if you ask me. Go ahead.
Anyway, the whole point is that it's very similar to what's represented with the trick mirror. You stand in front of it and it makes you look completely different. You know how they have those at the circus, yes?
Yeah, so it's a representation of you, but it's really...
a caricature of you.
Yeah, and skewed and not even close.
And the same thing was also represented with Luigi, Mario's brother. Luigi has his mirror opposite, which is Waluigi, who is also a caricature of Luigi. So much so that Waluigi has the L on his hat, except it's flipped upside down. Definitely not even spelling the name, it's just a complete mirror flip.
Yeah, so in other words, somebody's fucking around with my image and likeness and my reputation for some reason, and causing big problems. So he gave an example because we saw that skit on Saturday Night Live, and we're like, oh, this is a really good example to use to what we think is happening. This is weird lighting. Can you close this? It's overhead and it's just really not working. And this doesn't work either, but kind of interesting shading.
Yeah.
So anyway, we don't want to have anything to do with any of this stuff. And so we're thinking, oh my God, maybe some of these people were hint dropping on social media to have deniable plausibility, right? Say, oh, I never said that. But you know what? At this point, we're going to have to bring them to court, and they're not going to lie about this shit. And, the hint drops are basically things that they want us to do or promote to say this is what's happening. So we started getting the word out in this, and everybody all of a sudden started backpedaling and stuff and saying, oh, be careful what you see on social media and all this shit. It's like we're pretty damn fucking sure that there is this very illegal trial going on behind the scenes, and we're not happy about any of it because I'm not gonna let you guys brush this under the rug too after you did all this stuff. Oh, we didn't make you come out here. Really? Well, we just authenticated and made sure that your posts were really coming from the same source. And we have pictures and evidence. Help is here. And all these photos. You can't make these people up in the photos And we saw my family with their masks on because we know how certain body parts of them look like. And I'm like, this doesn't encourage me. Why the hell are you rescuing everybody else and we can't get in touch with any of these people at all? No matter what device we use. Ours, somebody else's, we can't get in touch with them. And they always call him early on his birthday some kind of contact.
Usually, yes.
Yeah. So obviously something is really bad happening. What, they're all on vacation, all at the same time? Bullshit. We knocked on their doors, nobody's answering. Me thinks me smells a rat, several of them. So anyway, we're really fucking tired of this bullshit. And, guys, I need to just defend myself. Why would you think I couldn't do it? You hear me. I'm stronger than all of you. How do I know this? Because you guys are motherfucking cowards, too cowardly to rescue us and to help us. And yet we stood up and did all of this. You guys are lame, okay? You guys are in so much fucking trouble, and we're not gonna let you scapegoat us or anybody else that's innocent. You can't just go around having a fucking trial behind the scenes. I think we know who the good guys are, don't you?
Yeah, I think it clarified it.
Yeah.
It's like Q tried extremely hard to make the good guys look like bad guys.
And instead, they just made the good guys look better. And they told us exactly what's happening.
Yep, pretty much.
What idiots. So anyway, you know, I don't know if I should thank people or not, but we figured it out. And you can't have a trial, anything about me without me being present, and I'm not present. And I didn't agree to let you guys speak on my behalf. So what the fuck's going on? You don't think they told my family I was okay with that?
That would be interesting. I don't think so.
Because sweet little Noelle can't handle it?
Well, you talked to your brother on the phone, though. So I think he gets the idea that you're not okay with this.
I left a message,
Wait a
and I
minute.
said, what the fuck is going on?
That too, but also I'm talking about the last phone call entirely.
Yeah,
Where you did actually speak to him.
yeah,
I think he got the idea.
yeah. So, really, why was this whole thing kept a secret? I mean, they can't keep it a secret for much longer. You know that?
Yeah.
Because if they reinstate anything legitimately and legally with the crown, unless people... You gotta fix this. Here, make it come this way.
Yeah.
You know, if you legitimately make anything legit with the crown, I have to be there for it. You can't put in a double. You can't kill me and knock me off, because everybody will be blamed then. You don't think our own government and all these people wanted me dead too, because they knew that this was illegal what they were doing?
You mean like the Senate people?
Yeah.
That's very much possible. Not all of them would do that, but there would be a number, probably less than 50%, that would even consider that.
Well, you know, and some of them are Q members too, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about QAnon. I don't know jack shit about QAnon. I didn't even make this name up. I called it the corporation, the they, because I didn't know. I knew it was a group of people. You can't pull this shit off by yourself. And plus, I was getting different things, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why is my intellectual property going here? And then how is it being disseminated? Come on. I do believe in a real Jesus, and I think he's gonna smite a whole bunch of people. Not me. I ain't doing nothing. You know, this
Yeah.
is a disgrace. It is a fucking goddamn disgrace. It's a mockery of our own country. It is a mockery of my family, me, everything. Everything that other people fought for. This is just hideous. This is just hideous. And I'm not totally convinced that all these people that are trying to look like they're our friends are our friends.
No, I agree.
Yeah, oh, ignore that. They had a fake motorcade being set up over here. We have it on video. And then we were right here, parked here, and then all of a sudden a limo drives right past. And I'm like, well, who the fuck was this? And then we're getting little hint drops. Oh, just ignore them. No, we're not gonna fucking just ignore them. What the fuck? Was that the good guys or the bad guys creating a diversion so the limo can pass through? What is going on? Was that my father? I can't get in touch with anybody. Why? We're using different devices, we're using our own device, we're using everything we could possibly use. Why the hell is this fucking goddamn happening? So it's become extremely dangerous for us, and obviously we're not happy about it. Nobody should have ever thought in their wildest dreams, if this is what's now happening, that you guys thought it would be better just to not let me know what was going on so you could handle everything behind the scenes, take care of it, and then one day you show up, knock on the door and saying, hon, we have a great big surprise for you. You already know about the nobility in your family. Did you know about the bloodline going back this far? Do you know that you were in line for royalty? And you guys are actually dignitaries, and this is why your lives have been so horrible. I mean, we knew this. You know, because some people don't want the checks and balances because they want to be able to put bad people in place so they can control the world. Put these corporations and, you know, this isn't new. This isn't like some weird conspiracy theory. People know that this shit has happened through history. So it's happening again. To us this time. Again, I already showed the legitimacy of my heritage and bloodline, the crest, everything. It was up online. It's on our Twitter feed. It's in videos. So, you know, just don't fucking fuck with me anymore. Obviously, that isn't even what's in question. None of this is in question. What's in question is how this was handled. And what, you just didn't want me to get stressed out from a trial? Yeah. I would have done a fucking better job than you people. Because I would have done it quicker. I would have said, oh, well, I know this, I know that. No. Why the fuck wasn't I allowed to do this? We are getting more stressed out, more harm done to us. What, you didn't think people were going to start threatening to shoot at us? You didn't think people were going to start getting physical with us? We have that on video too. It's bad enough being chased and poisoned with this shit. Really, what were you guys thinking? Are you going to try to put this all under the rug, saying, oh, at least COVID was solved. Shh, we're not going to talk about what happened, but we will talk about, you know, the good stuff that happened to me. Meaning, you know, I get the crown. You see what I mean? Yeah. Slip all this behind the scenes. She don't know. Okay, good. But her family does. She was spared of everything. Here's her happily ever after because she's already been through shit in her life. Let's not stress her out more. Well, you guys have now put us under tremendous duress and we can now throw your asses in fucking prison. Due process. And I didn't even commit a crime, so there wouldn't even be a trial. You see that?
Well, yeah.
So that's why I said I wanted to come with my dissertation, me in person, saying this is everything we found with my intellectual property. I didn't want to be represented by somebody else unless I chose and agreed to it, which I did not. I wanted to bring all of this, what we worked hard for. That is part of my reward, to be able to fucking speak on behalf of myself. Not through video media like this is happening, not through my goddamn tweets, but me in person. You know, you can't just show this video in whatever, the Senate, the Congress, or wherever the fuck you have your little things at, and say, this is her representation, chop it up and choose what you want to use. I didn't fucking give you any goddamn permission. I want to be there physically, and we can get this done like that. You guys are lame motherfucking asses. You don't see what we see. Nobody can represent me better than myself. And that is exactly what is supposed to happen. Or at least let me choose